Okay, we can get started. Jimmy Hines has his dinner. Thank you, everybody. Can you guys hear me back there? Yeah. I'll tell you, if you can, it's worth it to come up. Welcome, everybody. My name is Donald O'Toole. I'm a recent graduate of All Hallows in the class of '69. Obviously, I was in the fashion merchandising class section, but I'm also a, besides being an alumnus, I went back and I was a teacher at All Hallows for a little while. In fact, my 3 or 4 of the guys that I taught at All Hallows have been retired for about 20 years now, and I'm still working, but that's okay. Besides being a teacher, I will tell you, you'll hear the name Tom Burke a bunch. A couple of years ago, Tommy called me and said All Hallows needs a little bit of help. A couple of us went down there, and a couple of us haven't left. So what we like to say is, we graduated from All Hallows, but we never left it. And we hope that tonight you'll get a feel for that. I'm here, besides being the best looking guy in All Hallows. What? You know, you hurt my feelings, Alex. Okay, I have 3 goals. 1, we hope that you get a feel for the All Hallows mission. It's a beautiful thing that was going on there. Past, present, and with your presence here today, you are now part of our future, and we thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. And 2, as you can probably tell, I'd like to have a little fun, but it's going to be at your expense, not mine. And 3, I promised Walter O'Hara that I will get us all out of here before midnight. The Burke family is going to pay for the extra hours. So, and you'll hear about all the committees and stuff. And one of the chairmen, my fellow chairman, is Alec Macaulay over here, so I want to thank him, and you'll hear about the real superstars. You'll hear about the real superstars. So they didn't want to give me too much responsibility, so all I took was I was in charge of the weather, so thank you very much. That's all I was in. And as you can tell, I learned a lot of humility when I was at All Hallows. So with that, I will pass the baton, or actually I think it's a microphone, to my good friend and a kid that was at All Hallows when I was teaching, and he's today's president of All Hallows. Please welcome Ron Schutte. Oh no, hold on, back up. There's protocol before that, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm supposed to read this thing? First, I would like to bring up Colonel Ed Winkler to lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. All right. I'm assuming they know to stand.
Thank you. This group, I'm not worried about people standing, to say the least. Hand over your heart. For those of you who are veterans, if you wish to use the salute, you may do so. It's an honor that all of us veterans have. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Colonel. Another recent graduate of All Hallows. And now my good friend, take your time, Monsignor, take your time. Come on up, take your time. Slow down. Monsignor Tom Leonard will lead us. We are a Catholic school. And for those of you who care, and we know the ones that need it, Monsignor Leonard, after dinner, will be holding confessions downstairs. So here's my friend Monsignor Leonard.
Thanks. Before prayer, I just had a couple of thoughts. I looked around. You've come a long way. This is the old Spalding and the sick ball, Solar and Spickball crowd. Yeah. Now you're out on the course. I'm thrilled to have that. I'm here because Walter is a friend of mine. We met first in 1956, and we've been tied at the hip ever since, and our canes show that. Before doing this, I thought I ought to look up something about about golf, so I wouldn't make a fool of myself. The oldest golf course, as you know, is in St. Andrews. But do you know what their motto is? It's Dum Spiro Spero. Dum Spiro Spero. For those who aren't All Hallows graduates, I will translate that. And that is, while I breathe, I hope. So a great idea for a golf club, while I breathe, I hope. I do want to say that Richie, Barry, and I went on a course today, and there was adult language used at many of the holes. Now you all know that the cup on the green is 4.25 inches. Some of them were complaining they thought it was only 2 inches, and they were complaining all that time. So what I suggested to you, Walter said that I could hear general confessions after the meal tonight, but I thought we ought to get you all to pray for the patron saint of golf. You know the patron saint of golf, of course. It's in the Bible. It's in St. Luke, where the Pharisee and the publican are in church, and the publican is the patron saint of golf because he would not so much as lift up his head. I wasn't in for humor like yourself. But anyhow, I did find, we met Mr. Mulligan. We met Mr. Mulligan, not only at the first hole, but all around Mulligan. Mulligan's name was being used rather strongly there. So with that as a prenotanda, let us present ourselves to the Lord and ask His blessing on our gathering. We are grateful for the gifts that you have given. We're grateful that we're meeting tonight in memory of Tom Burke. And we all remember where we came from and hope we don't forget that. We are grateful for the brothers, certainly those who trained you and taught you and at times whipped you into the men that you are. And grateful for the education received. Grateful for the alumni who continues to support the school. And as Donald mentioned, your presence here tonight is important then. So Lord, we ask you to bless them, bless the people who gathered us together, the committee, and those who have made this day such a great day. Ask us to remember the gifts that we were given in our youth and to be willing to share those gifts with those who are coming behind us. We are grateful for the weather. We're grateful for the people who have prepared the food. We're grateful for the club that has accepted us and shared the glory that is All Hallows with all of us today. So to all the men in blue and white, Lord, we ask your blessing. Grant us the fullness of life. Ask us to remember those who are less fortunate ourselves, and give us all a great evening, a great meal, and a good journey home. Amen. Amen.
Just so you have an idea, we're going to try and get the whole program done on one fell swoop. You're invited to eat or whatever as you feel. I just wouldn't advise getting up while I have the microphone in my hand, but if you feel comfortable, go get it. And we'll try and have the program done as soon as possible, but not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. We can stay here, and when the program's over, relax, enjoy yourself. I was only kidding. We're not here till midnight. So now, as you can tell, we didn't rehearse. I will introduce my good friend and the president of All Hallows, Mrs. Schutte's husband, Ron Schutte.
Thank you, Donald. For the mess up here, jeez.
Take it easy.
Thank you, Monsignor Leonard. Thank you, Colonel Winkler. The two most important words in the English language that a student at All Hallows learns as a freshman and through the rest of his career is thank you. So thank you and congratulations to Donald O'Toole and Al McCauley for a very successful event. However, Walter O'Hara and Sean D'Arcy brought this event to another level. Thank you. However, as we all know that it takes a woman to get things done, our special thanks to Olive Byrne for all she did. And we have a little gift for you, Olive, some flowers. Somebody gonna give her the flowers? Did they give her the right flowers? Let's not forget the staff at All Hallows, Eric Mercado, Bernie Ramirez, and a real special thanks and show of appreciation to the women out front, Maria Villalobos, Cindy McDonald, and my biggest critic, but also my biggest advocate, my wife Maureen. And they also get flowers, so I don't have to bring home flowers for our anniversaries. And of course, a special thanks to Linda D'Arcy, who is out there, and Kevin Hickey out there helping. And most of all, the students that you saw loading all those bags and schlepping all day. Thank you to everyone in this room who supported this event. I also want to recognize two former presidents of All Hallows. I mean, we're in fortunate company to have them. Chairman of the School Trustees, Brother Murphy, back there. We'll hear from him a little later. Brother Lito, the current president of Iona Prep. I actually saw Father Collins, president of Stepanak. Is he still here? Where is he? I guess we don't have to clap for Stepanak. I also saw a contingent from that school down the block from All Hallows. Friends of Tommy Burke, John Duffy, and Jimmy Hines. Thank you very much for supporting this event. Thank you for all those who participated in the collegiate competition. Special thanks to the Naval and West Point guys for coming up here and playing. And the ladies, Navy ladies, or naval officers as we like to refer to them as. Congratulations, what, aviators, both of you? That's all outstanding. Outstanding. I mentioned about the students' orientation. Thank you is the two most important words. But during this orientation, it's kind of like a mental boot camp. The students are told exactly what is expected of them, not only as a student, but as a person. They are taught more than just the social action of greeting a visitor with a handshake and looking them in the eye. They are taught to take pride and responsibility for their actions, both academically and socially, both in school and most importantly in their communities. They are taught that certain four-letter words are not acceptable. Words like can't, won't, fail, and hate. High standards are set, and help is there to make sure to achieve these. Compromise is not in the equation. No more than our students need to be able to run, now more than ever, our students need to run faster and jump higher to achieve success in both their personal and professional lives. And despite the popular feeling, there is nothing worse than the bigotry of low expectations. Tom Burke would never have compromised, Coach Trimmins would never have compromised. Today was a great success. Proceeds will be used for scholarships and to enhance the student experience. I can go on and on forever talking about All Hallows, but visit our website and you'll see the exciting things that are happening, and come visit us please, for those who have never been down there. We're right in the shadows of Yankee Stadium. So that's all I have to say. Thank you, but I have one more honor tonight. All Hallows would not exist without the Christian Brothers. I'd like to recognize the Christian Brothers here. I see Brother Hamilton, already mentioned Brother Lito. I'm honored to introduce our next speaker. He's been more than just a leader in the Brothers community. His support and assistance to All Hallows throughout the years could not be measured. As a small token of appreciation, the All Hallows community would like to present Brother Murphy with this plaque. And let me read it. This kind of sums it all up for us. Brother Lawrence Murphy, for your guidance, for your leadership, for your friendship, for your example, for your expertise, and for your loyalty. Brother Murphy, you are truly a man who lives the school motto, Pro Fide et Patria, Thank you, the All Hallows community. Clean this mess up for you.
Can I get a shot?
Sure.
Shot of what? Whiskey? Shot of what? Can I get one? You want a shot? He wants a shot of whiskey too.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Want one with the plaque?
Oh, yeah.
So you can leave all this here.
I think Donald O'Toole taught me when I was in high school. What do you think, Donald? One of the things, whenever I get to a group like this, one of the first, if I leave you with no other idea, how many alumni do we have in the room? How many alumni do we have in the room? We at All Hallows today, and I'm still involved, as Ron said, we look to the future, standing on the giants who went before us. The guys like Walter O'Hara, and Donald O'Toole, and Sean D'Arcy, and Tommy Burke. Right? Without their care and passion, All Hallows didn't exist. And so, on behalf of the brothers, I want to thank all of you for all you've done to make All Hallows the miracle that it is in the Bronx today. So give all those people a round of applause. I want to also recognize all those people who are on the faculty. Ron, would you step? Who are the other people on the faculty here today? And there's a bunch of them around. And they're the guys who are on the front lines every day. So give them a round of applause. You know, you've heard the expression, don't drink and drive, right? But you know Paul Harvey, remember Paul Harvey? Remember, and now the rest of the story, it really was, don't drink or drive or putt. Right? Now, I heard Donald was walking up the 18th hole today, and he said, I played so loudly, I don't know if this is true, Donald, I heard this though, this was a real one, right, that I want to go drown myself in that pond over there. And supposedly, as Caddy said to him, I don't think you can keep your head down that long. I may not be here.
I get the mic last.
All right. Basically, I want to thank, you know, Meister Eckhart was a great theologian in the Middle Ages, and basically he said, if the only prayer you ever said in your life was thank you, that would be enough. Right? And what I want to say to you is thank you. Because today, you became partners. You became partners with the brothers, you became partners with the faculty, you became partners with the young men who were at All Hallows